Welcome to inHabit Your Life, the journaling practice at the unlikely intersection of self-improvement and low anthropology. Okay, as is my nature, I have overthought and overplanned for this inHabit Your Life course, which is supposed to be an introduction to my method of journaling practice that I call Everyday Memoir. But instead of being an introduction course, in my visionary mind, it is starting to become the course to teach you everything I know and that I have learned in the past 50 years. And that's not what I want to do right now. It's not what I'm prepared to do. So I kind of just need to stop thinking and stop using my journal to write down ideas, and I need to start just making the course. So since I do use my journal a lot to deal with my my negative emotions, of which I have many and which often paralyze me, I'm going to tell you that the hardest thing about me starting something like this is that I am always being chased by the specter of imposter syndrome. And what's going around in my head right now are all the times that I read the online business gurus who I learned a lot from and who I appreciate, but how they would say that you need to present yourself as an expert in your field. And I know that I am actually an expert in this field. I've been doing it for 30 plus years, and if you go back to my very first journal and look at my more recent journals, you can see that I have grown and developed and learned a ton. I've become a better artist, even though I'm still not a great artist, but I've learned a lot about bookbinding, and I can, design the portfolio that I'm going to teach you how to make that used to be a cereal box. Oops. Well, anyway, but I think that the fact that I don't have any kind of art education or any history of teaching anything or selling any of my art, I do find that intimidating, and I have allowed it to stop me from doing something like this for a long time. In general, I do have a lot of issues surrounding the fact that I am generally kind of an intelligent and creatively talented person by nature, but yet I have nothing to prove that. And I have rubbed shoulders with a lot of people who are very highly educated, and I kind of just want to be like them, but I'm not. So anyway, the person that I am, who is going to be your guide in the inHabit Your Life course, is someone who really, the reason I do this is because I live here in this world, and I am the type to want to grapple with that fact and to look at my life and my circumstances and not only keep a record of them, but try to figure out what they mean and just what it means to be a human being. And this is the way that I process that. So I also do need to say at the outset that I am not the type of person who is going to probably be inspirational in the way you see a lot of journaling people being. I'm not saying I'm going to be negative, but instead of telling you how awesome you are, I'm going to say that I know that, like me, you are a mixed bag. And that's going to show up in your journals over the years, no matter what you do in there. Whether you draw or take notes or write about your life or your feelings or your memories, there's some things that you're going to like about yourself and your life and the people in your life, and some things that you're not. And eventually you know, like me, you're going to die, and even if you have a great journaling practice, it will go the way of all things and disappear. So, in a way, my journaling practice is more than anything, it's just a mindfulness practice. And so, if you think that you might want me to be your guide as you try to develop a journaling practice for your own reasons and to develop a practice that represents who you are, and you know, that takes a long time. In fact, when you first start journaling, there's a good chance that the real you will not be the one that's on the page. But over time, you will meet the real you a little bit more if you are brave. And I'm not always that brave about it, but I am willing to let you into my journals and show you how I work with my life in my journals. And I will say that as a person who really does struggle with a lot of negative emotion, that having this journaling practice over all these years has really helped me to integrate the advice of Julia Cameron, who wrote the famous book, The Artist's Way. But anyway, her advice is to keep the drama on the page. And she's a writer, so that is her metaphor. But I think we all have drama that goes on inside ourselves that the world would be better served if it just kind of was transformed somehow by staying on the page. And I think I've learned to be a less annoying person to live with over the years as I've learned how to do that. And I also have enjoyed or learned to enjoy somewhat more my life outside of the journal. So if you would like a person like me to be your guide as you start a journaling practice, and as you start to try to develop a life, maybe the life that you wish you had, through using a habit chart, like I'm going to show you how to make. Where's my habit chart? There it is, habit chart. My habit chart is all blue and purple this month. But anyway, if you are interested in that, please email me at samantha@roughedgeslife.com if you would like to be part of the beta test group for this course. I have 4 more spots, and what I want are people who will take the course for free in exchange for giving me honest reviews about the course itself and about me as an instructor or a guide. So please email me if you're interested in that, and if you are one of the 11 people who have already emailed me about it and are in the test group, I am so happy to be working with you, and thank you for watching.